So, thank you everyone for joining this Tuesday evening class, Yoga Therapy. Tonight we are working again with the neck and shoulders, as well as the heart center and the throat center in terms of energy centers in yoga. And when you're ready, just lying down on your mat. Tonight I'm using a carpet, so I have a bit more padding. So that's always an option. And you can always do this class in your bed. And I've got my socks on as well because it's winter here. I'm going to start with this rolled mat lying on it. This is an option. So you can take a yoga mat if you've got a spare one and roll it, or just the one you have and then lie on a carpet. And I'm going to put it like this, lengthwise, and I'm going to lie on it lengthwise. And the tighter you roll it, the more intense the stretch. And if it doesn't feel like enough of a stretch, you could take blocks like this, you know, these yoga blocks, and put them underneath and make it a little higher. So this is all an option. Make sure your buttocks is on the floor and make sure your head is on the mat wherever you are. So just adjust accordingly. I've got my feet at the wall. And we're just going to start with this opener. Arms at the side. If it's too intense, make the roll less big. As you exhale, bring the hands to the belly, make a ha sound. Inhale, bring the arms to the side. Any height that feels good for your body. So I'm making kind of a Y position, but you can do lower. And then exhale, hands to the belly. Inhale, arms to the side, whatever height you like. Exhale, hands to the belly. Inhale, arms to the sides. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms to the sides or a little higher. Exhale, hands to the heart. Last time, inhale, arms to the sides. Exhale, hands to the heart. And just stay in this open position, whatever height feels good for you for a moment. And as you inhale, bring your arms up if you can higher. If this is too much, just don't bring them as high. So your arms can start at the sides and you're making angel arms, bringing your arms up to a place, maybe all the way overhead. And as you exhale, draw your arms down through the center. So I'm bending my elbows and getting between my shoulder blades as I exhale with my hands coming down. Inhale, arms and hands coming to the sides, and stretch your fingers apart, maybe palms coming together at the top, or you don't go as high, you can come to a wide position, for example. Exhale, bend the elbows, and your arms are coming down by your sides. This is getting into the whole upper back, neck, and shoulders. Just keep this going your own timing. You might need to create a bit more space because a lot of movement. So lots of room to move. Imagine you're making angel arms. And again, you could just bring the arms up a little bit and then bring them down. Any height that works for your body. So don't strain your shoulders. The top of the inhale, can you tuck your chin in, Jalandhara Bandha? And then exhale through the center. Now I'm adding Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat as I exhale. Make a valve with the throat constricted, slows down that exhale. If you can, you do it on the inhale as well, Ujjayi pranayama. The valve is with the throat. This is a practice you can do anytime that you feel tension in the neck and shoulders. Just stay in a position now with your arms up the sides. They can be lower or higher, your choice. So any height that feels good. And you're just going to stay here. We're going to make that humming sound, Brahmari. It's the V breath. It's great for the throat. Inhale into the chest, into the belly. Keep this in your own timing. It's very calming for the nervous system. Just create nitric oxide in the sinus cavities. That's said to help increase immunity. Rest. When you're ready, you're going to turn to one side. Put this mat aside. We're going to come back to this as a prop later. If you've got that rolled mat, and you can work with either a blanket under you or a carpet tonight, just something a little different. So in this position with your legs bent and your hips hip width apart or wider, inhale here, exhale, bring your knees to one side and you're going to roll onto one side. Inhale, sweeping your hand back to the center and exhale, rolling to the other side. This is getting into the back of the shoulders. You might be feeling this in your mid-back, the back of your shoulders, and even your neck. Now, this is a little hard on your neck because your chin is facing to the sky as you do this. You might want to roll using a bed pillow under your head, or you can use these blocks end on end. And it's like that. But try not to fall off them. So bed pillow is actually a nice prop for that. Now, if that's feeling comfortable, can you bring your arms overhead as you inhale? Again, you need lots of room tonight. Exhale, other side. Sweeping your arms overhead as you inhale in a sundial, exhale the other way. You can take this as far as you like, depends on how it feels in your body. Don't overdo it. And just finishing up. Bringing your knees into your chest. Exhale, knees to the chest. Inhale, legs to the sky. And exhale, knees to the chest. Now, if you want to get a bit more inversion as you do this, you can take one of these flat blocks or a cushion from a couch or something, and bring the edge as high as the waist and bring the knees to the chest with that slight inversion. It might help you get into the pose a bit more. Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat. You might feel some of this in your wrists and your hands, your fingers. Just notice that it is working, stretching your wrist a little bit as well. If you have knee issues, you can hold underneath your knees. It might feel better to have that cushioning of the joint. Just finding your expression of the pose for your body, for what's going on for you. Asana helps us with grounding. When you're ready, maybe hugging your knees, giving your back a stretch. I know some of you taking the class like this for your lower backs. And again, you can hold under the knees if that feels better for your body. We're going to go back to Tadaka Mudra. First pose we do every class, starting with Suptasana, the lying pose. Supta, it's like supine in English. Supta means to just be on your back. And asana is a pose or a position that allows you to be present in your body, in your mind. Your legs can be straight like this, or if it hurts your lower back, do bend your knees. Focusing on the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, arms coming up to your place. Now, if you can, all the way to the floor behind you. Some of you might need a bolster or a pillow that you bring your hands to. Tucking the chin in. Exhale. Bring one arm down. Turn your head the direction that the hand has come down. The arms come down. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Excuse me. And just doing that side to side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Arm coming down, turning your head towards that arm that has come down. I'm bringing the back of the head more towards my top arm to bring more alignment to my neck. When you're ready, you're going to stay on one side. If it doesn't feel comfortable, keep it moving. If it's comfortable, stay on one side. Work with an isometric a little bit. As you exhale, turn your head. So I'm turning my head to the right. So turn it to the right a little bit more. As you exhale, inhale, release. Exhale, turn it a little bit more. And if you can, add a hold after exhale, drawing the belly in From the pelvic floor to the belly button. Inhale, release a little bit. Exhale, turn the head a bit more if you can. Add a hold after exhale, drawing the belly in, pelvic floor in. Inhale, release. You're probably feeling more of a stretch on the opposite side of the neck, in this case, the left side. And release. Both arms up. Again, you could have that bolster behind you. And exhale, other side. The left arm coming down, turning the head to the left, the back of the head to that top arm. That right arm. Exhale, turning the head left. Feeling the stretch on the right side, perhaps. Hold after exhale if that works for you, drawing the belly in and up. Keep pressing into the left. And when you're ready, inhale, release. Just keep this going your own timing. Exhale, turning the head towards that left side. Hold after exhale. Keep pressing. Inhale, release. Do this 2 more times on your own. When you're ready, coming out of it, untwist the head, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Just rest for a moment. We're going to move on, work on tipping the head back and forth, and we're going to do this while we do bridge pose. Now for this one, if you do have socks on, you might want to take them off so you have a bit more grip with your feet. And in terms of your legs, if you want to put a block between your legs or a belt on your legs, you can do any of those things. So we're going to focus again on the neck, but now this time the knot of the neck up and down. So inhale, lifting those hips up, and we're going to bring the arms overhead if we can, tucking the chin in. Tuck in the chin as much as you can. Hold after inhale. Then exhale, come down. Stretch your hands away from you as you roll down from the upper back, middle back, lower back. And bring the hands down and bring the chin up to the sky for a moment. So we're just going to work with that nod of the chin up and down. Now we're going to nod it down towards the throat. Inhale, coming up. Nod the chin down towards the throat. This is called Jalan Dharabandha chin lock. Hold after inhale, press it in. And exhale, roll down from the upper back, middle back, lower back, stretching hands up, up, up. At the end of the exhale, bring the hands down and bring the chin up to the sky. Keep this going. So I know one of you is a singer, uses your voice a lot. And hopefully all this work with the throat could be useful for you. Exhale, coming down and stretching away. And even if you're not a singer and you use your voice a lot, just moving the neck and shoulders in this way can really help with the voice and the throat, as well as the neck. Inhale, coming up, nod that chin down, Jalan Dharabandha chin lock. So a classical position in yoga. Holding after inhale, exhale, rolling down, upper back, middle back, lower back. Feel each part of the spine, stretching your hands away as if someone's pulling you. At the end of the exhale, hands down, bring the chin up. Do this 2 more times on your own. Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat as you breathe. Hold after inhale. And coming down. Bring your chin up at the end of the exhale. This is not classical. I'm doing this for the neck and shoulders. One more time on your own. And rest. You can have your feet apart, knees in. You can stretch your legs long. Just take a rest. Notice how you feel. Probably quite a bit of circulation in the neck, shoulder area right now. All right, we're going to do a counter pose. I'm going to put a block underneath my pelvis. This is an option. We're going to work with a little bit of core strength as well. This is not for the neck and shoulders. This is for the lower back. For some of you with lower back issues, this is for you, as well as the legs and feet. So we're just recycling through the lower body now. Inhale, legs up to the ceiling, to the sky. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, bring one leg down. So I'm going to bring my left leg down. Now you keep it straight or you can bend it. And we're going to add some neck and shoulders by bringing that same arm as leg up. So my left arm is coming up, my left leg is coming down. As I exhale, I'm going to bring it back up to the sky using my core strength. And then I'm going to do the other side. At the end of the exhale, you can bring your feet back a bit to stretch your lower back a little bit more. Inhale, other side. If it's too much, bend your lower leg, just bend the knee. It makes it much easier. You just tap it down. Urdhva Prasarita Tadasana. If you can, you keep the legs straight. You can use opposite arm to leg also. And you can point and flex the feet. So make sure you've got room to do that. And that can really help just with some flossing of the nerves through the legs. So for sciatica, for example, sciatic nerve issues, it can be helpful to have this pointing and flexing of the feet. So again, if you've got an injury, you might want to keep that lever a little smaller by bending that lower leg. So this is for the lower back, the legs and feet. Adding the arm to get the neck and shoulders in there as well. And just finishing up your last round. Doing around 6 rounds. A little less, a little more. Just stay with your legs at the top for a minute, perhaps bringing your feet towards your face. almost like a plow, just stretching that lower back, where your legs can just be to the sky. Viparita Karani. You can also bring your hands to the sky. You just want to work on an inversion for circulation of the legs, feet, the hands, the arms, helping the blood return to the heart. And helping with lymphatic drainage as well, which again helps with immunity. So it's one of the ways that yoga helps keep us healthy, is just working the lymphatic system. When you're ready, knees to chest. Stay here a little longer or come out of it. And just rest for a moment. Notice how you feel. We're going to go into our next series. We're going to do some side bends to work the upper back, neck, and shoulders. This will also go into the lower back and hips. You're going to walk your feet towards your right side. Cross your right foot over the left at the ankles, if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, you don't have to cross. And bring your shoulders also over to the right. And your arms can just be like this at the sides, or if it's comfortable, can you fold and hold opposite elbows? Really feel that stretch under the left armpit, into the left rib cage, maybe the left hip, lower back as well. And you're just going to stay here. You can change the arms. They can be straight, for example. You can interlock those fingers, palms up, or you can just make it a little easier with the arms at the sides. So adjust the arms for your body and just breathe here. And stretch that whole left side of the body. This is a stay pose. And can you try to breathe into the left side of your body? So focus your attention as you inhale, breathe into the left chest, the left side of the belly. Feel like you're breathing all the way down into the feet. And then as you exhale, can you focus from the left foot all the way up towards the head? And breathe that left side of the body. So you can direct the effect of the pose by focusing our mind in a particular part of the body, and we can do that with the breath as well. So for some of you who have imbalances in the spine, you know you have one side of your spine that's more collapsed. It's going to be very helpful. Just breathe into that side of the spine. Get more prana, more energy. And when you're ready, release. And cross those feet, coming back to the center. You can rest here in Sutasana for a minute. This is like a lying down Tadasana or Samastiti. When you're ready, walking your feet to the other side, to your left, crossing your left ankle over your right, bringing your shoulders towards the left if that works for you, stretching that whole right side of the body. Can you hold opposite elbows? Notice where you feel the stretch. So it's going to depend on your body. You might feel it more in the upper back, neck and shoulders are focus, or you might feel it more in the hip and the lower back if that's your area. This pose, Jatraparariti, this is the Parshva or side variation. This is said to help with digestion. It's also used for diabetes. As you breathe here, can use that Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat. Can you count your breath in your head? Just finishing up. For example, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Samavriti. When you're ready, release. And to come back to Sukhasana, right in the center. Notice how you feel. Feel free to bend your legs if it feels better for your lower back. Just rest here for a moment. Okay. So we're going to go straight from this into a rotated twist. If you need a counter in between, feel free to hug your knees for a few moments. Otherwise, we're going to go right into our twist. And I'm going to show on this right side. Now, some of you are going to need a prop, blocks, or a bolster underneath one of the legs. So I'm just going to show. You're in the center. You're going to bring your whole body in fetal position on your right side. So I'm showing the right side first because you can see me better. Normally I do the left first. And you're going to take the lower leg and straighten it as much as is comfortable, and that upper leg twisting across your body. Okay, so we did this a few weeks ago for the lower back. And under your head, you might need to have also a block or a pillow, something like that. So choose your medicine. You might have a bolster under this lower leg, so you might need something a bit higher. So be ready for that, or a bed pillow. So I'm just going to show with these two props to start. When you're ready, when you inhale, you're going to bring your arm across and open the chest. That's your inhale. And exhale, you're going to go across back to the starting position. So similar to what we did earlier in windshield wiper, Jatraparariti, this is a little more intense for the lower back, as well as the chest. So you can feel that big chest opener when you open. Exhale, release. So if you're not able to open, you can just go to where you want and just stop. So that's one possibility, since we're not staying. Or you can add more height underneath that leg that's on top. So you can add another pillow, and that should help that shoulder get down. So just notice if that's true for you. Just keep this going your own timing. You can also add the arms straight overhead as you inhale and exhale to make it a bit more intense. Inhale, opening. And exhale, closing. Let's pick your medicine. So I'm enjoying the one at the heart center today, I think, for my body. But pick whatever you feel works better for you. And now, having done around 6, you're going to finish up. And you're going to go to the other side. So I'm going to flip my body just so you can see me better. So you roll onto your left side. Again, whatever props you need for comfort. You can have something under your head. Have a block or two under the top leg that comes on top. You get into the position. And just make sure you've got room to move. Whatever's under your head, make sure you can roll on it. So just make sure it's long enough. It's getting set up for your comfort. You can also have a bolster under that lower leg. And when you're ready, just as you inhale, opening. And as you exhale, closing, and maybe rolling on that shoulder. The hand can be coming across the heart as you open and close. And just finishing up. Coming to the center. Legs can be bent or straight. Taking a rest. Notice how you feel. We're going to do a counter pose for the back and the legs after all that. I'm tonight going to put a block underneath my hips to just give me a little bit more mobility in my lower back. That's an option, or you don't have to do that. As you exhale, knees to your chest. Inhale, legs to the sky, arms overhead. Exhale, knees to the chest. You want to make this a bit stronger. Inhale, legs to the sky. As you exhale, touch those toes down to the ground. And at the end of the exhale, draw the knees in. And I'm not even touching those knees, just to make it a bit stronger. You can do that variation if you like. Urdhva Prasrita Padasana. This is a counter pose for the lower back, the legs of the feet. This could be helpful for sciatica. So I know one of you is dealing with that. So this is for your lower back. And you could do this one leg at a time if it's too intense. So you can always do these things one leg at a time if you prefer, just finishing up. You can hug your knees into your chest if that's comfortable. If you have knee issues, you can hold underneath those knees. And just rest. We'll do one more twist. This time we're going to stay a little bit longer and get that big chest opener. And some of you, again, might want to use blocks to support you. So I'm going to start on the left side this time. We're already here. So starting in that fetal position, rolling onto your left side. Again, you can have a pillow under your head. Your head is really tipped to the side. Same as before, crossing the leg over the top one, over the bottom. You can put that prop underneath the knees and then open chest. You want alignment between the top of your head and the base of your spine. You don't need props. Get rid of them. If they feel good, keep them. Your head can be just center, or it can turn all the way to the opposite side. I'm going to leave mine center. Now you might be feeling this in your lower back as well. I know some of you have lower back stuff going on, so that's for you. But also, if you're tight in your upper back, neck, and shoulders, you're probably feeling it there as well. Just stay here and breathe. And if you can, add a hold after exhale. That lower leg, you could hold the lower foot if you want it to get a hip stretch. That's an option. The twists are a little hard to breathe in. That hold after exhale, pulling up from the pelvic floor to the belly button. Notice how perhaps that right shoulder is releasing. And the right side of the lower back. You're going to switch sides. Twisting to your right. I'm going to switch my body around so you can see me better. Just finding your position, starting in that fetal position, cross the top leg over, block under the knee or bolster or bed pillow, and opening up. Notice where you feel the stretch. Is it more the lower back, the hip, or the upper back? Is one side easier than the other? So for example, this is definitely much easier this side than the other side for me. Just notice that. Notice in your life, if you're always turned one direction, you might have a preference, for example, to always turn to the left or maybe to the right. Notice that, see if you can adjust it. You can hold that lower foot like I'm showing now to get more of a thigh stretch, hip stretch. I've got my right hand on my left thigh. Adding a hold after exhale. Jatra Paravriti, this is Ekapada, one-footed version. And again, it was a pose that is a little bit hard to breathe in. Do your best. The anatomy of respiration is pretty twisted, so hard to work it in the normal way. This is very detoxifying for the mind and the body. Working the liver, working the pancreas. And when you're ready, release, coming back to the center. Just resting for a moment in the center, legs bent or straight. Just for something a little different. Inhale, right arm coming up. Exhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right knee into the chest. We're going to do this 3 times on this side. This is for the lower back. The other leg can be bent as you do this if you like. This is sometimes called a Kapada Apanasana. It could be called many things. Stretching that side. When you're ready, you're going to go to the other side. So I'm going to start with both arms up. And then exhale. I'm going to bring that left leg in. And then I'm just going to bring the left arm up just to work the upper back, neck, and shoulders as well. And when I bring that up, I'm stretching my fingers way away. Exhale, draw it in, using both hands, doing this 3 to 4 times. This also could be helpful for sciatica. And just finishing up. If you like, you go from this straight-legged position to drawing both knees in. Or you can just do Apanasana, inhale, knees away, exhale, knees towards you. Or you can add that full Sutasana, inhale, extend. Or Tadaka Mudra, exhale, draw everything in, Apanasana. Your choice, you just come to the feet down and draw the knees in. Or just hold the knees, inhale away, exhale, knees towards you. So play with your version of that. It's for the whole spine. And just finishing up. And just rest for a moment with legs bent or legs straight. All right. We'll do one more set of poses. We're going to start with another chest opener. Now, you can use that rolled mat if you want less of a chest opener, like we did at the beginning of the class. You can add more height by adding cushions or props underneath, blocks. I'm going to use my bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can also use a bed pillow. And if you have socks, you might want to put those on if you're with me in Canada, because it is chilly. One thing I like about the winter season is there's a certain coziness to it. I don't know, there's something good about every season, and we have to try to think of that even on the dark days, which get a bit dark, but anyway. So in this position, I've got the bolster about at the edge of the end of my rib cage when I lie down. So most important thing for me is your head's not hanging off the end of the bolster. So you might put this on your Christmas list if you don't have a bolster. It is one of my favorite props. I did not learn about bolsters in India. I learned about it in Canada. It's a wonderful restorative yoga prop to get a chest opener. So once you've experienced this, you might not want to go back. If you don't have a bolster, you can use that rolled mat I showed you. You can put a blanket on top of it to make it softer. You can put blocks or pillows underneath it to make it higher, and you can make your own bolster that way. Just lying here and breathing, just notice that nice opening in the front of the chest. Inhale into the upper chest, middle chest, lower chest, full belly. Exhale, draw the belly in and the chest falls. Now, while you're doing this, if you're finding your lower back is bothering you, when I started this pose about 20 years ago, I had to do for about 10 years, I needed to put a block underneath my buttocks because it really hurt my lower back. So if you have a lower back problem, just remember you might want to put a pillow or something underneath so that it's not so intense. You can also bend your knees and angle your knees in. That can feel good for your lower back. Make sure this is not scrunching your lower back. When you've got the pose in a position that feels comfortable for your body, let's do some breathing for increasing immunity. This is also good for getting over a cold or warding off a cold. If you have a sore throat or you're getting cold symptoms, do this pose with a hold after inhale. That hold after inhale, the same length as the inhale or half the length. Most of us, half the length is enough. Exhale. Let's do one together. Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that might be enough. If it feels good, go up to 5 and hold 2, and then do that a couple of times, and then maybe 6 and hold 3. Do that a couple of times. You can keep moving up, holding the breath after inhale about half the length of the inhale. Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat. You can also put a blanket under your head. I forgot to mention, to create more comfort for the neck. If you can't do Ujjayi, you can also try that humming breath. On the exhale. Otherwise, just Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat, making that oceanic sound, creating that valve with the throat. Slow the breath down, make it long and smooth. And this has a wonderful effect on the nervous system. When you're ready, you're going to let that pranayama go, that lengthening of the breath. And just rest here. I'm just going to end the class in side child's pose. You're going to roll to the side. If you've got that bolster or bed pillow, you can hug it. You might want something under your head, another pillow under your head. Just going to take that bolster between the legs, give it a hug. You could have two bolsters, one between the legs and another at your chest. I usually just use one. And you're just going to hug it. As you exhale, every time you exhale, you're just going to hug that bolster towards the heart center and press, if you like, the thighs together and squeeze to that center. Hold after exhale, and then inhale, release. This again, soothing for the nervous system. Exhale, draw everything in towards the center, the pelvic floor up, squeeze those arms, that bolster towards the heart. Hold after exhale, and inhale, release. Keep that going. Exhale, squeeze everything to the center. It's another asymmetric pose. Isometric, rather. And then inhale. Do a couple more on your own. Squeezing to the center. Hold after exhale. Inhale, release. Last time. Now release. You can just stay here and rest, or you can join me seated for the closing chant, your choice. Namaste. Namaskaram. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful sleep. Dreams that fill you with peace and joy. The yogis say wisdom. Thank you very much.